Yo!
Yayo Talk Show!
Dreamin'!
Don't give it up, Molly.
Dreamin'!
Don't give it up, Marco.
Dreamin'!
Don't give it up, Katie.
Dreamin'!
Al's name didn't fit. They talk about the show, this group of four friends been going for 1,000,000 years, there's no end. Watching every arc and saga, no sleep. It's the king of anime, 1,000 episodes deep.
Yayo Talk Show!
Talking about One Piece.
It's the name of the podcast.
We're not on Vine. Yayo Talk Show. Talking about
One Piece.
What's up, wedges, privateers, and non-binary buccaneers? Welcome aboard the most chaotic One Piece podcast on the Grand Line Internet. Before we get into the next big arc in One Piece, let's revel in some updates with our favorite and least favorite members of the Grand Line. But first, let's introduce you to the crew. It's the captain of the crew, no pirates. It's Molly D. Simpy.
I like when Mark has clearly written something out that just completely negates the stupidity of the last 7 minutes of crap we were just talking about.
I saved those 7 minutes for posterity. No one will ever hear them, but I have them.
In your pocket. In your pocket.
I will. No, absolutely not. We say some absolute garbage. Hey, look. Speaking of not garbage, it's the wild theorist Caden Jensen.
I'm at chapter 909.
Flight 909. Ladies and gentlemen, the Laughborg, Al McClellan Jr.
Speaking of garbage, the Laughboard.
Speaking of also Al.
Man.
The trash
man. And I'm the internet's trash man, Mark B. Donica. The B is for Bonesman.
The B is for trash man.
Or B is for Trashman. Mark T. Bonesman. Everybody, we're coming in hot. We've had
B is for bin where you put the trash.
909.
Bin Man.
Balloons.
Oh, God,
It's 99 luft balloons. Please,
No,
please,
it's
Molly,
909.
don't Oda Nobunaga this
909.
for me, all right?
Maybe basura, which is Spanish for trash.
Yeah, B is for basura. I'm the basura man. I'm the basura man. Soy basura, senor basura. Oh, man. Hey, you wouldn't think about it, but we're talking about the most densely packed 4.5 to 5 chapters of One Piece in a very, very long time.
Hey,
Oh my
densely packed
God.
4.5 to 5 brain cells is what we could have called this podcast.
But that means somebody has at least one.
Somebody's
Hey.
been hoarding brain cells.
Trademarked
It depends on what day it is. I think Mark's got it
Parentheses
today.
over the S.
That
It's
intro was
probably
great,
just
Mark.
one.
That intro was great, Mark. I thought that was great.
Thank you.
Adapt. Thank you very much.
Someone's got it. Someone has to do it. Somebody
Somebody has to have some lines written down so that we don't sound like idiots.
To bring some level of professionalism to
Somebody
this.
has to bring the food to the banquet. Otherwise, we're just sitting around with styrofoam cups.
And a table.
Drinking out of cups. Hey, what the hell?
I was drinking out of the cup.
Like a cat
Economy. Yes.
drinking out of cups.
When did the
Look,
last time
all right.
was you heard a cat sip out of a cup like? What the what? What cat does that?
First of all, I'd like to apologize to everybody listening on headphones for just in general. Because sometimes that's not something you want right next to your ears.
For this ASMR revelry.
Yeah.
Immediately thinking about the one time Mark said, "I'm not." Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it out of the way. I'm not saying I accept myself in that look, we're going to talk about One Piece. This is what's
We'll
going to
get
happen.
there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Every time it starts with whatever this is.
The biggest event on the Grand Line when it comes to the world government, I guess, is happening now in this era. Can you believe it? And this has like we were thinking initially of like, oh, we'll get started in with the next arc, and then as we were catching up, it was like, oh no, we need a breather to talk about all of the stuff that gets introduced and changes what comes up. And also Marco's in it, and I figured that's why Molly was giggling.
I had to beg Mark and Al, and I was like, well, if she reads also this additional chapter, then I can talk about what I want, and then we can just go into the next arc, and it'll be better that way. And Mark and Al were like, well, and I was like, yeah, but if she reads this chapter, then I can talk about what I want to talk about. And they're like, All right, just let her. Just let
So
her have
prepare for about an hour of Marco and 12 minutes of everything else.
Well, I do just kind of want to talk through some stuff so that we can let Molly go off on Marco, just a little bit. You know, she deserves it as a treat.
It's Molly's time.
One of
it.
the
Go off, Queen. I will start swearing. So
I-
be careful. Be careful with what you say. Mark.
Don't say go off,
Don't
Queen.
do it.
I literally wrote that down on my notes.
Say don't
because
do
you've-
it.
Yeah, don't do it because you brought it up several times. Like, but he said go off. And it's
Yeah.
like that's not what. Anyway,
It's the printed permit of I can do whatever I want. It was the verbal agreement. That's what I took it for.
there's what we're starting to experience here in the One Piece world to bring us back in is this mass collection of not only government officials but revolutionary figures, and we meet the 4 captains of like the widespread army, and the fact that they're all together, not on their own, is showing one how serious the certain things with the world of piracy and the government is getting, and also shows that there are big moves about to be made. So I want to
Hashtag big move.
hashtag big move. I want to throw it to everybody else. What are your thoughts on Karasu, Lindbergh, Bello Betty, and Morley, our 4 Revolutionary Army generals?
I want Bello Betty's
Captains.
outfit.
We'll get it. Just go get
Okay.
it.
Okay. There you
Okay.
go.
I don't like how Mark said widespread army.
What? Like revolutions aren't like a lot of tight knit forces. There's a lot of espionage. There's a lot of people like trying to infiltrate, especially these big various island systems on the Grand Line. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you'd have to have a widespread army.
Yeah. No. I agree. No, I actually really like them. I like that
What the
they're.
hell?
Morley's really cool. Morley's really cool. I really like Bello Betty. Lindbergh's all right. I don't know how to feel about Lindbergh, I guess.
Yeah, Lindbergh's the tech guy.
Yeah, he's fine.
Bello Betty being just like having a really great devil fruit for the Revolutionary Army of literally
the fucking, hype
amping
man
people
fruit.
up. Yeah, hype.
Yeah.
The hype
The hype
no
man.
me. Oh,
Yeah, the
pump fruit.
Mm.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I like
I
hype
don't like
man
that
fruit.
either.
It's the hype man fruit.
Yeah.
It's the hype man fruit.
I'm a big fan of Morley just in general. Of just being
also sort of the WWE in a kilt sort of thing.
Oh, not even just that. Like he says specifically, like right after being introduced, "Oh, you boys and your violence."
He's so like chill. Like
Yes,
he's pretty just like what it was like big dude, really powerful, all that stuff. And he's just like, hey, just
He's
cool. Whatever.
chill while also being terrifying at the same time. The fact that he basically has no lids on his eyes when his eyes are open is scary. Just like, across the room, he's just staring at you wide-eyed. It's like, no, that's just Morley. He's fine.
and that the hat helps him have a bit of a brow.
Yeah. I think he's cool. I like him a lot. Bello Betty and Morley are pretty cool. Karasu, whatever. I don't know.
Karasu's the he manages the hot topic that everybody else shops at.
I can get you a discount.
I think the design for it reminds me too much of All for One for me to be just like, So it's like, hey, you look like a dickhead. I'm sure you're fine, but you just look like a dickhead. I know.
I like them.
Yeah. I was waiting for Molly to say it.
No, Molly's still in like Marco headspace, and I get it, and that's fine.
We'll get there.
No. I like them. Like I'm just like trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out, right? Because what we know about Sabo is that he got a head boo-boo and forgot who he was, and then was raised basically by the Revolutionary Army. And I'm trying to decide, did he affect the wardrobe of the Revolutionary Army, or was it vice versa? Did they inflict that style on him? And I ask this because we saw what he used to wear as a child, which is very much this brand. And
Molly,
so
here's
in
my thought.
headcanon, he got them into it.
Here's my thought, Molly. When they found him, they assumed he was part of the Revolutionary Army already by how he was dressed.
Yeah.
And when he's just like, no, I don't know what any of this stuff is, it's like, well, you already have the outfit, so like, welcome to the army, kid. That's my thought
General.
process. Yeah.
I really like them. It's the freak of the week affectionate, I feel like. Like
Yeah.
they have such different energies, but they all work, like they all like fit together somehow. And it's really the branding of the outfits, I think, that helps keep them cohesive. But yeah, I like them. It's like they give you just a little bit of who they are, and it makes me want, like, I want to see like the next thing for them. You know what I mean? Like the guy who can just become birds, like that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. And I
Yeah.
like Morley. He seems very silly. He's got a really cool power. So it's like, you know, I mean
that's part of why he's like he's so scary, because he can just fully disappear and then appear someplace else staring in the exact same way.
That's pretty rad, though.
He
Like,
can Jason Voorhees his way through things.
Large man, be scary.
I take issue with Betty's outfit, but I think that's like literally the whole point of her. So I don't take as much issue as
Listen,
like other characters.
when you're starting a revolution, Molly, you don't do it like Morley and Betty have the exact mood. It's a tits out kind of revolution, Molly.
Yeah, and that's fine, because
The only
that
person who
makes
didn't understand
sense.
the assignment, Lindbergh. Karasu, Betty, Morley, tits out. Lindbergh's just like, nah.
Lindbergh's the kid that's been following Sabo around the whole time.
Lindbergh has the energy of somebody who used to have his tits out, and he's like, I'm retired. Like, or Lindbergh's the cat guy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he has energy where it's like, I've been there, done that. Like, no, it's up to the youths now.
Willy
It's
Wonka,
up
the
to
Cheshire
the
Cat,
youth
adopted
now.
a kid, and it's Lindbergh.
Yeah, no, it's like that's the thing though. At least like with Betty, her being like half naked, that makes sense for her character.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense. And that's why I'm fine with it, because that makes sense, Oda. Oda, that makes sense. Okay? Morally,
Listen, I'm
that
going to
makes
give you
sense.
this one, but don't
Yeah.
get cocky.
Yeah, it's just like it makes sense, and I'm fine with it. That just cohesively makes sense to her
It's just a
story
tits
arc.
out kind of revolution.
Yeah, exactly.
Tits out
It's
kind of
like
revolution.
I think the thought
Morley got
process.
the memo.
Yeah, I think the thought process.
Morley
we
definitely
don't
gets the
know-
memo.
We don't know enough about her, but I feel like the vibe is very like she probably comes from a place where she was like too much clothing. Like she had to cover up who she was, and then now she could just be who she wants to be, and that happens to be tits out. And I respect that. And I love them. I just appreciate where we met like a little bit of the Revolutionary Army before, and we're like, yeah, they're kind of silly, but like, I mean, that's a lot of people, you know. I'm sure they're not all silly, and then we see the four heads of the, and it's like, oh, they're all silly. Gotcha. Okay, these are
Oops, all
the
sillies.
outcasts. Yeah, these are the outcasts of the world, and it's like, I love them.
They closed the Bard College, and now they're all out and about.
It's the Naruto kids from high school you tried to ignore, and they are forcing you to remember who they are in this moment. And
They still
respect
ninja
that.
run from place to place.
Yeah, but they own it.
And for
They're-
some
they're-
reason, they go faster.
yeah, they are. What's the meme where it's like, I'm cringe, but I am free? That is them. That is them entirely, and I love them.
Yeah.
From there, the next chapter we cut to is Sakazuki absolutely just losing his mind, which good for him.
Good.
I appreciate that for him. He sucks.
Good.
We learn that there is a new base in between, or I'm gonna say it. I know it's Mary Joie, but I don't like it. I've always heard them say it Mary Joa. And so
Joa.
Marie
Mar-
Joie.
Jahala.
I know.
Mary Joyzy.
It just doesn't sound right to me, and we're gonna say it a lot, and I'm gonna try to figure out other ways to say it. So
We could call it Pangea.
yeah, that's right. It is Castle Pangea. Thank you.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Castle Pangea is on top
hard.
of the red line, and we have two Marineford in between. The old one, or on either side. We have one on one side of the red line,
Flanked
and
by
the new one,
Fords.
exactly. And seeing the Marines all kind of like act on their own impetus for a litany of things is phenomenal.
There's a pill for that.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if they get free healthcare. There's a couple of highlights from this. I think Sengoku poking in and being like, "Not easy being Fleet Admiral, is it, idiot?" is so funny.
I love that he sticks around just to do shit like that. It's like, why are you here? It's like
He's retired, but
I'm stealing office supplies. It's like,
But
get
that's
out of
like-
here.
The one thing I like about Sengoku is his retort. Not Sengoku. I'm sorry. Sakazuki is, "You stay out of this, you half retired pensioner."
Yeah.
It's
Like,
really
his
funny.
fucking money. Just sorry.
Oh, Caden's in this scene.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Sengoku's
Goat?
goat. I was actually in several scenes before this too, during the
Goat?
Revolutionary Army stuff. I was a bunch of the people and pirates and stuff. I was in
Oh
that.
my
Yeah,
God.
You freed that country.
I did both things.
Somebody had
I
to.
was some of the villagers, some of the pirates, and everything. Yeah, this is my time. It's my time
It's
up
Caden's
here.
time.
Yeah, I'm in this arc. I'm in this arc and saga. This is where I am.
Yay.
And that's why when
Freaking
everybody was just
awesome.
like, this was when everybody was like, we're not gonna go to Wano next. I'm just like, I recorded the episode. I recorded it.
Yes,
I was
but we
there.
couldn't say that.
Oh, I feel like none of us
I
said
can.
that.
I saw it. I told you.
I feel like none of us said we weren't going to Wano next. I think we were trying to smoke and mirrors whole Cake Island.
It was that.
How could it be? How could you smoke and mirrors it? Al told me a year and a half
That's
ago.
what I'm saying. That's
I
what
said
I'm
a name that you
Then
found interesting.
forgot.
Yes.
whole. I don't like
I didn't forget anything. I don't forget nothing.
I don't know.
We
Blackbeard's
all
right
know
there.
that is not true.
Well, know what? You're gonna forget that.
Thankfully we're recording this.
For gore?
I know our Forgore.
You for gore?
Sam, did you ever have an inkling at the beginning of this that you would be voicing in the show that we're
I was
watching?
Me?
gonna say, like, how crazy is that? Like,
I don't-
we started from the bottom. Here we are. Whatever.
I didn't expect to do anything. I just started watching One Piece because everybody was like, "Well, you're trapped inside for years now.
So
What are you
much
gonna
for
do with your
wild
time?" And I'm just
theories,
like,
I guess.
What if I watched Fast and the Furious? And they're just like, "Wrong, idiot." And I'm just like, "Okay, One Piece, I guess they're just like, correct."
You're
And then
in the
everybody-
movie now. Family.
And now it's just like, get in here, get into the thing. And now I'm Sengoku's goat and others. So it was fun. It was,
And now you're watching other types of Dom. Hey,
Goat.
Okay, all right. Oh, I don't know how to. All right.
Mark
I
broke
don't know
himself.
either. I don't know either.
Where were you?
Well, yeah, no. I want to see him flail around a little bit. Where were you going with that? What, other kinds
Bello-
of Dom? What are you talking about?
Bello bed like Doms.
Uh huh.
That was the joke. Was that
I
there's
know-
a Dom
no,
in Fast and the Furious, and there are Doms in One Piece.
Okay,
yeah.
can you give me a
Okay.
list? I'd like a list.
Bello Betty, we just talked about her.
Okay,
She calls
cool. What
everybody
else you got?
trash and filth and scum.
Okay, what else you got?
Big Mood.
Big Mood? I don't think Big Mood is a Dom. I'm taking that one away from you. Minus 1 point.
EBDB lady.
Yeah.
EBDB
Sadie,
lady. That's, yeah, there you go.
Olive.
Obviously. Yeah.
obviously.
Olive, I'll give it to you. I'll
Yeah.
give you to Olive.
Absolutely Olive. But moving on. Hey, because jokes are funnier when you explain them. But Molly, I wanted to throw this over to you because this is also a big GARP chapter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I talk about what I want to talk about, which is
Absolutely.
All right. There's a lot of old
almost-
men, so we got to go through all of it.
Molly, could you please begin the old man conversation? That would be great. Thank you.
There's something super cute. I don't know. There's something really cute about Garp escorting Shirahoshi to the Revelry. Like, I don't know. It's like I like that it's like the world is large, right? But it's also very small. Like it's that like all of these characters like there is a 1 degree of persons that they know, like they're like associate mutuals, right? Because of the people that they know in this arc. And it's like Shirahoshi knows Luffy, who's Garp's grandson, but then also like Garp's talking to the King Neptune, and King Neptune knew Whitebeard and probably Roger, and it's just like it's it's when the Marines are like, my God, all of the pirates have gathered into one place. Like, that's crazy. It's like that, but like for me, I'm like, my God, all of these people who knew other people are hanging out right now, and that's crazy to me personally.
The
But
people that are aware of each other are all here together. It's almost like they called each other and they text.
he's so cute. It's like it's one of those things where like my headcanon is that Garp like probably raised Makino on like the maybe not like, I mean, as hands off raised as like he was with Ace and Luffy and whatever else, but like in my headcanon I'm like, yeah, Makino is very much, I feel like, Garp's kid, like by blood or other whatever, that's fine. But it's like I feel like we only see Garp raising like, like Luffy and Sabo and Ace and like whatever the hell he did to Dragon. But like he's very like, it's not like he's necessarily overly sweet to Shirahoshi, but he could be mean, right? Like he could just be
Why would he be
could
mean?
I don't know. But I just mean like in terms of like she asks if like she wants to know if like that's a forest, and instead of being like, you fool, like he's just like, no, it's a tree. We call it a tree. And he's just eating like rice crackers and just hanging out. And then again, by association, freaking Stelly, Sabo's like
quote
not-
brother.
yeah, not stepbrother, but like they adopted him, right? So it's like what's the word?
Yeah, it's a whatever, brother.
Like a
We're not
fuck-
counting this one.
Yeah, but it's like it's crazy because it's like he kind of like slightly raised Sabo, and this is the guy who replaced Sabo in Sabo's family. And
Who's
just,
this stupid turd?
Yeah,
Sabo knockoff.
It's like,
Get
hey,
outta here.
did you think Sabo was kind of a bit of a weirdo? Anyway, here's worse Sabo. It's like
here's great value Sabo.
It's like I thought we already got a great value version of Ace with Sabo, and now there's a worse one. Ah, beans.
This is Oda's way of being like, please like Sabo.
It really is, because like Sabo for me was just like,
This is
I get it,
this-
it's fine.
This is Sabo if Sabo didn't have any chill. Like
No, this
Oda,
is ugh.
Oda's been drawing like in the SBS for a certain amount of time of like, like he doesn't know what the future quote unquote of One Piece is, but if Luffy were 50 or 70,
I was gonna bring that up because it was the first time I saw that. Where it's like, here's Sabo at 40 and 60. Maybe
then,
this way or maybe this way.
Yeah, and then it's like if they had no ambition or had no chill, here's what they would look like or whatever. And I feel like the have no chill ambition is what he would look like Stelly, basically.
Yeah.
But no, I love Garp is just so chill. And it's like, I mean, he's still the same guy that we've seen in previous chapters, but it's like next level of with like his Garpness in this chapter because he's so unimpressed.
His
He
royal Garpness.
understands that the system is trash and like there's no changing it, quote unquote, or whatever. But it's like him being unimpressed by the royals and like unimpressed by like the celestial dragons. He calls a king to his face he's a turd, and then he calls like the celestial dragon.
He's very much collecting
scumbag.
A paycheck right now.
But it's just like he's just like has no qualms about being like, those scumbags, you're a turd. Like it's like, you know what I mean? And then being like, oh,
your face sucks.
Forget I said that or whatever. Like he doesn't apologize. He just says, oh, haha, forget I said that. Like he's like not taking responsibility for anything he's saying.
You can't be afraid if you don't have fear.
Yeah. And it's just like, I don't know. I appreciate Garp to such a degree where he's just like, whatever.
Molly, we
like,
know.
I know, but like this is better. Before it's always like Garp with the Marines or like Garp with the like against pirates or whatever. And it's like this time it's like Garp hanging out with royals and just being like, oh, you guys aren't total trash? Yeah, we can hang. Like, yeah, of course I'll escort you. You guys seem cool. And then just being like, oh, you're a turd to people's faces. Like and I respect that.
This section with Garp feels like he knows he's hanging out with Luffy's friends.
Yeah.
And doesn't have to be military guy, which he doesn't necessarily isn't all the time. Yeah. But he also is giving very much vibes of he always wanted a granddaughter and never got one.
Yeah. I And it's there's just like a lot of like subtle stuff in this chapter that I really like. Like the last frame we see of Garp waving to Shirahoshi is reminiscent of Luffy's first like wanted poster, where he's just smiling and waving at the camera. And I don't know, I like all of the callbacks, I guess is a word I could use. Like I don't know, I like the I guess callback is fine.
Oda's bringing some of the threads that were like spread into the wind back together in this one series of chapters.
Yeah, but Garp's great. I guess it makes sense. It's like up until this, Garp's the Garp, you know.
All right. Fuck whatever Al said.
I love the
Like,
fact that Molly is just like trying to. I love when Molly does this.
Also, sorry,
this is where I just want to appreciate Molly for just a minute. I love when Molly does this specifically because Molly has this energy where she's like, I'm talking about all this really important stuff. It's like, and Garp's just great. Guys, Garp's just great. And it's just like
when I say Garp is just great, it's because I'm stalling and my head is still trying to find the word I was trying to use a minute ago. And I'm just like, if no one's gonna pick it up, I'll just keep saying Garp is great until I remember the word I'm looking for, or someone takes it from me.
But also, this is just you.
Yeah.
yeah, and Garp's just great, Molly.
Yeah, he
It's
is.
true.
Hearts to Garp.
Going off of what Al said. In terms of bringing a bunch of threads back together, we get reminded of a bunch of things.
Wow.
I'm going to be very honest. Al had a great segue, and I wanted talking about Garp. So I'm just like, you're right, Al. Anyway, back about Garp now.
Okay, Molly.
Okay, Al,
Anyway,
shut up.
hold on
Let's
a
talk
second.
about Garp some more.
Sorry,
Anyway,
Al.
one more time. Shut up.
I heard
God,
what you said,
stop
but
talking.
I did not, like, my brain did not connect that you were giving me an out. And I was like, yeah, anyway, about this thing I'm trying to grasp in my brain right now.
Al drops a lifeline. Molly
Sorry,
cuts it
Al.
off.
Yeah, get shit out of here.
I don't need you.
Molly
Well
literally
done.
said, I'm looking for somebody to pick up the thread. Al picks up the thread. It's just like, Molly, right here. And Molly's just like, anyway, Garp's great.
That was a moment where I needed somebody to grab my face and like make sure I was looking at what you were putting down. And I was looking
Molly, did you do
somewhere else.
this? No.
No. No.
Specifically in this chapter, Oda just throws a whole bunch of stuff, which is kind of reminiscent of what's happening now. Reminds us about Queen Otohime's dream and Shirahoshi picking up that mantle of wanting to show everybody in the Ryugu Kingdom the sun and the above the sea floor sort of stuff. We meet the new admiral, Ryukugyu. We haven't seen him yet, but apparently he I don't know, seeing the like outline of him gives me like a feeling that he's a lot younger, but given the track record of all of the previous admirals, I don't know if anybody would be younger than Kuzan. Yeah,
Kuzan's pretty young too,
yeah.
I wonder if this guy's also going to be based off of an actor.
I mean, probably, if everybody else has been so far.
Yeah, it's funny that like, I don't know, like just like the little like little silhouette we get of him. I feel like, I mean, I don't know, I have no idea, but it's like I feel like the energy is very like, ooh, is this guy gonna be hot? I don't know,
dude. The silliest thing I remember from these chapters coming out is so everybody, all of the admirals having the nickname of like the color animal. And this guy being the green bull, everybody was like, "What if it's the Rock?" And I was like, "What gives
What does
you
that
any
mean?
sort of inclination that they made Ryukugyu look like the Rock?" Like, why?
First off, they're showing silhouette of long hair, so you're already off the mark.
But there is a smirk.
If we saw a single raised eyebrow, maybe, but no.
If we saw what he was cooking, okay, we see what's his face.
Well, he's not cooking anything because he hasn't eaten in 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I remember in spoiler chat when this guy, like in this chapter specifically, and me being like, well, no, it was like Mark and Al were like, what does it mean? Who is this guy? Like, this is crazy. Like, this guy's gonna be crazy. And just being like, I don't care. Like, I got Garp. Like, you guys were in the corner talking about what the implications of this guy could be, and I was just still sitting in my corner looking at Garp.
Can we? That's an episode title right there. The implications of this guy.
that could be any title for any episode.
Yeah. The closer we get to like the incoming chapters, that could be every week's.
Yeah.
That could
So
be
we
its
should
own podcast.
let's hang on to that one because we might need it for later.
We might need it for. I have a feeling I know who we'll need it for.
Yeah.
There's actually then I guess it could work for this episode because of where we're gonna go. In one page, we meet the new admiral. We find out that Dr. Vegapunk is working. It has something that could eliminate the need for the 7 warlords of the sea.
Yeah.
Hey, for future note, and for people who are expecting the next episode of Port Predictions, and for the other 3, put a pin in Vegapunk real quick. Well, thank you.
Absolutely. Just that's a single page had all of that information on it.
Yep.
How dare you, Oda?
I didn't.
God.
I was looking at Garp. I was.
I hope you've been studying about Vegapunk because I have.
Thinking about other stuff.
Oh,
Can it's
Wait.
thinking about the implications of that guy. I just remembered. Don't ask me. I don't know. But we've seen him before. But the Abraham Lincoln King.
Hamburger.
hamburger. That's America. Like
100%.
Oh,
I don't know. Are you sure?
How many? Okay.
No, that's Abraham Lincoln, dude.
Yeah.
Is it?
But like we've seen him in an earlier chapter.
some of
like,
these are so
Really more
silly.
of a pipe stove hat.
yes, but like
Boo.
boo. But like we've seen him before. Like they've just shown like Oda's drawn like a little doodle of this guy just to be like, yeah, and there's other royalty or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like-
one of them was me, by the way. Yet another
Yeah,
scene
yeah.
I'm in.
Oh.
I
You're a
introduced-
hamburger?
Beer the Sixth of the Rashwan Kingdom.
Your beer?
You're a beer?
No, I'm not Beer, but I actually do know the person who voices Beer the Sixth, Nazi Tarsha. Really cool person. But I'm the person who introduces Beer the Sixth. It's Beer the Sixth from the Rashwan Kingdom, and it's like, okay, cool, great, thanks. Moving on to the next line. Quick, we gotta go. We only have like 30 minutes to get it all done.
I remember who that is now. It took me a second.
Yeah.
When you said the kingdom, I was like, oh, that's
The
basically,
Rashwan Kingdom, yeah.
I really love
Yeah.
that a lot of these royals are just like food grab bag names.
Yep.
It's like,
King
Taco.
Taco.
Yeah, I
King
was gonna say.
tacos.
Well, here's the thing. Oda was eating dinner, and it was just like, crap. I need to come up with names for
You went-
everybody.
Samosa.
He went full DBZ with it, where he just opened the fridge and was like, yeah, okay, I guess King
Carrot.
Taco, I
Yeah,
guess
that's fine.
hamburger. Yeah, King Beer, you got it. All right, can't just be King Beer. King Beer the Sixth. Nailed it.
Swag.
Stroganoff.
Yeah. At least Oda
And then
stays
Jeep.
Oda stays relatable is all I'll say. This is
Yeah.
crap I would pull.
So
Um,
let's move on to everybody, all of Luffy's friends meeting and being like, Luffy, and all of these old faces and recent faces coming back to the forefront and being jovial, and then Wapol shows up.
Yeah, Walpole definitely shows up somehow.
But then also Devin shows up.
Say what?
No, hang on. Let me make sure this is the right name because I've already forgotten about him. But
I just couldn't say it because
Yeah.
you were whisper quiet.
Yeah.
is it?
It was
is
mum.
it- Is it? Oh, Dalton. I call him Devin. Dalton.
It was
Dalton
okay. You
shows
did
up.
say Devin. I was like,
I
okay.
did. I did
Devin
mess
shows
up. And then, everyone's favorite guy looks at smudged handwriting. Devin.
Devin.
King Devin of the Sakura Kingdom.
Yeah, we see Dalton. We see Kureha.
I miss
Wapol is the king
Kureha.
of a new country.
Black Drum Kingdom.
Yeah.
I got a little misty-eyed when Vivi showed up. I miss her so much. And it's like the first time we've seen her that's not like a cover photo or whatever else. But like we saw her for like a hot second. I think either in the middle of Whole Cake or at the beginning of Whole Cake to be like, here we go everyone's on our road trips now.
Mhm.
But like actually like seeing her interact with other people we like is super cute. Also kind of like I never put a number on it, but it was also very much like, yeah, Luffy's actually interacted with a lot of royalty, and I just forget. And like what they're all gathered together, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's thematic because he's going to be the king of the pirates, Molly. You see how that works?
He's holding
Yeah,
the fort.
except in Luffy's mind, being king of the pirates is being like the Burger King.
Yeah, exactly.
Commercials.
Hey, listen. There's a Taco King. There's a Beer King. There can be a Burger King.
He'll lord over. Oh, thank you, Marco. Marco's selling the time right now.
I finally heard Marco.
You can hear him. You can hear him.
I heard Marco that time.
Marco, they hear you.
All Luffy has to do is to defeat Hamburger.
Yeah, well,
And
he could be the general Burger King, and then underneath him, he'll have it'll be like King Hamburger, King Cheeseburger, King
Queen Nuggets and Fries.
Yeah. King gets the assignment, but that'll be his I don't know, monastery? What's the word for it?
Monastery?
I don't know.
I want to know what the right word is to know how far removed monastery is.
Monarchy is what you're looking for. Monarchy is the word you're looking for,
is a
Molly.
religion to some people.
I mean,
It's
that's
not a
fair.
monastery. That's where monks live, Molly.
Oh, that's their house. Got it.
Yeah, that's
This your house.
This is beautiful. Beautiful.
Christmas.
Anyway, Rebecca's there.
Molly's still looking at her Garp shrine.
Molly's looking at the
Hearts of
smudge
Garp.
written on
I'm always looking for her glasses to put on her Marco statue.
Yeah. Oh, I do have to take that out of the plastic container.
Oh,
now. It's not
there
a
is
spoiler.
something I do want to bring up that we kind of glossed over because it's the first thing that happens in the Revelry arc.
Which-
or the little the bounties went up, but only for
yeah.
two. Only for
that's
two.
right. That's right.
Hee.
Only
'cause
two people had a
to
bounty
who?
increase.
Those were the only people that publicly did stuff. And
Right.
one of which was Sanji being seen with his family.
Yeah.
Yes,
That'll
one
do
was
it.
Sanji being seen with his family, which means that Sanji's poster now says Sanji's name, Vin Smokes Sanji. And
so
now,
rude.
for the first time ever, Sanji's bounty is higher than Zoro's.
Can I? Yeah, that's pretty funny. Can I just say, just real quick as an aside, I don't like Sanji. It is known we all don't like Sanji.
Who would have?
Not
guessed?
cool to like. It's very clear Sanji's last name to him is a dead name. Very uncool of the government to slap that shit. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm gonna go off Queen, but like,
I didn't say it.
I know, but I can hear it.
Molly just gave herself permission.
Yeah, I'm
He said it
giving-
once.
Molly said, "Screw you."
Can we say the S word? We can say the S word, right? Or is that
No.
a
Bears?
Oh, okay. Then never mind. It's fine. Anyway, I'm just saying it's uncool for the government to use a dead name on a wanted
How
poster.
long have we been doing this podcast?
I forget. It's usually the F bombs I have to look for, and then I ask,
Molly,
"What the? I'm sorry, I'm
Molly,
sorry."
that's where all of Molly, that's exactly where
The
I can
whole-
say dick came from, Molly.
No, that's the F bomb. I know I can't
No.
say F.
No,
You
that was
said-
S.
It was S.
It
Oh,
was S.
I don't remember anything I do.
I know you don't. That's why-
Oh.
Molly.
Classic Molly behavior.
Anyway, F this, F that, F this, F that.
Anyway, I'm just saying it's not cool. It's not cool to put a dead name on a wanted poster, and I think
It's
that-
not
that-
cool to dead name anyone ever.
Exactly.
It's
And
surprisingly uncool for this notoriously very cool organization.
all right.
That one cool
All right.
thing they did.
All right.
Remember?
Shut up.
When you say it like that, sure.
When you're gonna be a dick about it, because I can say dick.
She can say dick. She can say dick. I know that reference. She can say dick.
I remember that part of that
I remember
remembrance.
that. Yep.
Um,
But yeah, Caden, do you remember the title of that chapter when they announced the bounties going up?
No, because I was so caught off guard by Luffy not understanding numbers and thinking that his bounty
we've all
went down.
been there, all right? You just didn't realize they were.
No, we all haven't been there, Molly. We all have not been there.
Luffy, I'm here for you. I'm here for you, bud. I'm here for you. Caden, the chapter name of that chapter
Mm-hmm.
is called.
Oh, yeah, I do remember. It's the Fifth Emperor.
Yeah, I wonder what the implication of that.
Oh, maybe it's Polly. Shut up.
maybe it is Polly.
Maybe it isn't. Maybe Polly's dead.
Caden said that first. Caden said that
Yep.
maybe it's Polly.
Yes, but with
Is that what we're?
You
is
heard
that
it
what
here.
We're gonna be talking
hate
about
this.
that
I
on
hate
Port
this.
Predictions.
No, we will not. Polly is not a
Wild
Polly's not
theories that we
invited.
can confirm are true right now.
No.
That's definitely.
Fifth Emperor Polly.
There we go.
All right, for Caden's sake, I will change the subject.
Cool. I'm not done.
Okay.
I'm not done. Luffy's bounty went to 1.5 billion berries.
He's
That's
big.
a lot of
A
berries.
lot of berries, yeah.
That's a lot of berries.
That's so many.
many. I can't carry that many.
There's
I can
so many.
try.
That's so many boys and berries.
Yeah.
I mean, you right.
See? I was going somewhere with it. God,
Oh.
freaking Polly every time.
Yeah, every time
You brought
No.
up Polly.
we do it for
You
him.
brought up Polly.
You all know.
Yeah, but we didn't. We keep not bringing up Polly, and you
We-
keep bringing it
We
up.
know.
We
There are
check the
two-
tape.
There are two ends of the spectrum. The one end is the gaslight, gatekeep, Polly discussion. At the other end of it is Caden forgetting all about Blackbeard. They are two
See,
ends.
that's
There
the
are
one
two-
you can roast me on, but it's not. You're not gonna get me on Polly.
The two ends are we actively are messing with you, and the other end we had to do nothing. We did nothing and we got away with it.
Yeah,
We had no plan and it worked out great.
It's like
So
me
we
and-
have
because you focus so
Alabasta.
much on Bellamy. That's not fair. Mulligan.
No, that was one of the few times where a plan worked without a hitch. Like 100% was like, all right, we got to focus on this Bellamy guy, and that was anyway. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Big Hat.
Yeah, B-Cat.
So we follow this person who's we see.
Oh, we're gonna go right to that. Okay.
That's at the end of the
Can I-
chapter. But Al, yeah, go ahead.
Well, the first thing we see these royals do in this, like, every so often ceremony where they are all brought to this island to do this thing for the world government is they go into this room with an empty throne and they swear fealty to the predecessors of each of their kingdoms, right?
Yeah, they go to the king.
Oh yeah,
King
that
place.
happens after this reveal, but sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's at the king.
No, that's
place,
fine, you're good.
Where the kings are.
Yeah.
So, some mysterious ceremony / like Shriner's Mason secret handshake thing goes on, and then go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
No, it's okay. We see Don Quixote talk about having
Gross.
a secret and being like, "Hey, you're not going to kill me in prison, are you?" Ha 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 ha.
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
And then we see a person seemingly wearing a crown, or at the very least, a very pointy hat.
Yeah.
Walking with Luffy's new bounty poster and finding a locked chamber with what looks to be a giant straw hat.
They put that.
Yeah.
They put that hat on ice, baby.
Yeah, we need to save this for something. And then the audacity of just ending the chapter there. Don't worry, we'll go back to it, or will we?
They,
Counterpoint.
Yeah.
You can't.
What if whoever this is just really, really small?
Tiny?
You
know?
Except
Walking
they have
through a
normal. That
You didn't think about
I
that,
would
did you?
allow, but they have like normal wanted posters that they're holding for scale. So
What if they made them tiny little post-it note?
Yeah.
Little miniatures. You know what? You got me there.
They have the
Didn't think about
microfiche
that.
version of the
Now
wanted
we
poster.
see the scale of this person literally in the like 2 chapters later. But I do like the idea that this person is tiny.
I just came up with like a new theory in my head that we'll talk about it eventually today, but I'm making a note of it so I don't forget.
Go on.
Yeah.
Right
It's
next
funny.
to her doodle of Garp.
Yeah. How to write his name down. Thought that
You got
was
it, Molly.
the thing
I
I was
believe in you.
thinking about. Yeah, I don't know, but also just real quick, I like that like all of like Luffy's besties hanging out without Luffy, but also because Vivi and Dalton have met before, like when Vivi was on her way to Alabasta, I love that they're like, "Did you see the news?" And he's like, "Oh my god, Luffy's so cool." And they're like, "Hey, are you guys talking about Luffy over here?" And he's like, "He's the best." And it's like because it's all these like women, you know, and like Sai, and then
Dalton's a soft boy.
I know, he's so soft and I love him because he's like was so tough when we first met him. Not to say that you can't be soft and tough at the same time. I'm just saying that like I like seeing this side of him. But which is it's funny how much how much levity and like happiness this chapter brings, and it ends with Stinky Boy in prison and then this person we don't know, but it's very ominous about whoever the heck they are going to their fridge.
Checking out the frozen clothes. Oh, this one smells like
There's
BO.
also
Put it in.
like at that same time, there's also something else that they brought up too, which was a very like, this will come back thing between Big Mom and Kaido.
That was what I was going to say next.
Yeah,
was...
the Big Mom and Kaido thing is just like, you owe me. It's just like, for what? And then there's just like, oh, it's like, yeah, I know I still owe you. And then I'm just like, for. And then the scene ends, and I'm just like, Oda.
So it seems like there might be a team up on the horizon with these two terrifying human beings, and
I have a theory on that.
They might team up, and then Sakazuki's like, we're not gonna send anybody to Wano because it's not a country recognized by the world government. Oops.
Legally, they can't. All right, I need to be very specific about this. They're like, we won't do it, and it's like, yeah, bet legally you cannot be there.
It's
so
outside of our
shut up
jurisdiction.
about it. Yeah, shut up about it. It's not like it's our choice.
We don't
not to
acknowledge them.
go.
It's like they don't acknowledge you. Nerd.
Yeah. It's very much
God.
Yeah.
And the line in the like common room the lunchroom of, oh hey, isn't the reason you're a hero, Garp, because Big Mom and Kaido were together on this crew?
Oh,
Huh?
can I say a big win with this chapter of meeting all seeing all the Marines gathered that are at the Revelry? Finally, new women in the Marines.
Yeah.
That's big news.
Yeah, they should probably join the Revolutionary Army instead.
Big
news.
Big news, ladies.
Ladies.
Yeah, Garp's a big deal, dude. I've been saying it for years.
He's a hero of the Marines.
He could be other things.
He is other things.
I guess we'll never know.
He is other things. Molly.
No. Yeah. I don't know. I like
Garp.
meeting, not that I don't like the Marines, but I like
Molly,
meeting,
you don't. It's okay.
No. But also I like seeing like Garp sit at a table and just chill with people who clearly are like on the chill side of the Marines. Like he's been around for a minute. What's his name? The guy who's wearing the checkered.
He hasn't been around for a minute, actually.
He hasn't? I feel like I've seen him for forever.
He was legitimately I do have to take this off of a game show.
Uh-oh.
Him and the woman behind Garp were a pair of background characters from a movie that Oda ended up, or that through SBS became canon characters because they're based off of two actors in the real world that used to work together a lot.
Oh.
and now they're real.
Well, we got another woman out of that, so not gonna complain too hard, but also
Gotta scoop
Yeah.
up the W's when they show up.
Cry about it.
Yeah. Man, I could have sworn because he has the same energy of who's the guy that's always chasing Lupin and Lupin the Third?
Yup.
Yeah.
Zenigata.
Is Zenigata also based off the same actor?
I think so, but don't quote
Oh.
me on that.
Okay, that's cute though. I like
I'll
that.
quote
Even
you
if it's
on it.
not real,
Right.
I like that.
But I also like that he's got a checkered Marines coat. Like
Yeah.
they're everybody is wearing like the standard white, but he's like, nah, I'm above this. I got fashion.
Yeah, he very specifically was like, "Wait, what do you mean we can't personalize? I mean, I'm wearing this every day. What do you? I'm going to get it
This is
personalized.
my one jacket.
Yeah, and it's gonna match my one hat. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. They're talking about rocks again, dude. What does it mean? I don't.
yeah.
I have a
Scary.
theory.
Ugh.
I'm just teasing.
Well, either way, great
I'm-
promo for
I'm-
the next episode.
I know that's what I'm doing. I'm teasing for the next episode because I have a theory.
I also like that we
Okay.
see that there is a literal Game of Thrones. Like, what did they call the uncomfortable sword? Is it just the Game of Thrones? The Throne of Games?
Uncomfortable sword.
The Iron
You-
Throne.
The Iron
That's the
Throne.
one. That's the one. Can you tell I
The
cared about that
uncomfortable
show?
sword. Yeah.
don't
Just
know
go
why
ahead and
everybody's
spit on the
crazy
sword,
about-
Molly. God.
Yeah.
Molly,
Anyway,
I
everyone's
love your
crazy about
energy,
George
but you
R. R. Martin
confuse
and
the
his
hell out of me
uncomfortable
sometimes.
chair.
But you also know exactly what I'm saying.
I know
sometimes,
exactly what you're
Kaden.
saying to my chagrin, okay?
Yeah. That sounds like a you problem.
It sounds like an us problem, okay? We're here, we're in this together.
We all hate that clown-to-clown communication works so well on all
Honk,
of us.
honk, honk, everybody. All right.
Oh
God.
man. We had a clown to clown, just real quick. Last night, Mark and I had a clown to clown communication. And
We
it
gotta-
worked in
just
my
hold on.
favor. Yeah, it worked in my favor. You guys should be watching our streams, by the way. They're
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/AIO Talk Show.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, the game of the
Game of Thrones.
The
Empty
Iron
Throne.
the quote unquote empty throne, Iron Throne, whatever. There is a One Piece equivalent to that thing. And
It's the
I
empty throne,
don't
yeah.
like that. I'm looking at it right now. I don't like that King Stelly made a very horny face about it. He got very horny about a chair, and I think he should be.
Yeah, it's
bonked.
bad things are gonna happen about that.
I
I
don't
want
like
to put
that.
my
Oh,
butt in that seat.
And then non-consensual hug for Shirahoshi. I don't like that. I don't like
Oh
that.
God, yeah, no. This chat, there's that. The reason we had to like stop and talk about these couple of chapters is because so much happens in them, and we get to catch up with so many people. But like Al was saying earlier, this sort of like display of fealty is this sort of symbol of peace, of the fact that nobody sits on the throne. There is no king of the world. And the ones closest to the throne were the original quote 20 swords that pledged fealty way back when, and then each reverie new signs of fealty where you put your sword down, and it's just a complete nothing notion that's supposed to quote maintain the peace. Oh, government. And then Charlos comes back, and that guy sucks.
Yeah,
Mhm.
somebody who I could live never seeing again. Be
Yeah.
totally fine. Not.
You know
ever
who
seeing
we
him.
saw in this that kind of like stood out like a sore thumb to me?
What?
Sai.
Who?
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
Bonnie hasn't
We're
happened
not
yet.
there yet. We're not there yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, we'll get to. I think it actually
We haven't
happens.
even talked about freaking Rob Lucci
Ugh,
yet.
Lucci. So
We can skip that part. Nobody likes him.
so like
Except for thirsty moms in their 60s.
a
Cat boy derogatory.
Seriously, a bunch happens at once. One of my favorite things in this panel is the lineup of everybody like objecting to Charlos just taking Shirahoshi, and Walpole also being like, dude, that guy sucks. Like,
Like, woof, I know I have issues, but like, woof, this guy, you know what I'm
Not
saying?
like that guy.
Yeah.
I have standards. Oh,
that
not like
meme where
that
it's
a-hole.
like, everybody's so weird, I'm the only normal one here.
Yeah.
I just, like we don't have to talk about him, but I want to say this one thing because I want to put this guy on blast, dude.
Blast
I don't like this guy. The like
He's already wearing a
Vivi-
spacesuit. Blast off.
So CP0 steps in. Shut up. I hear you wheezing in the background. Al's
that
always
was so
taking my
damn
thunder.
funny. God damn. There have been so many good ones. Oh my god.
You little scamp.
I'm sorry.
You're just a
You-
little scamp, Al.
scamp.
You're such a scamp. I can't wait to listen to this episode and hear all the things I've been missing, which is
Yeah.
pretty. That's on point for me. But CPO steps in. CPO, God, CP0. Al's got me flustered now.
Sorry.
Where they step in and it's like, yo, this isn't right, and he's like, whatever, and Vivi being like, that doesn't make any sense, and then him being like, gods are not bound by logic. It's like, go shut the f up, dude. Like, what?
Oh, now she
You
censors
suck.
herself.
Yeah, can I go off, Queen?
Nope.
Okay, well, this guy sucks. So I'm putting him on blast. What a stupid retort, where she's literally like, that doesn't make any sense. He's like, yeah, well, gods aren't bound by logic. It's like, go outside and touch grass, please. Like, you incel. Like, can you just
Oh,
for
that's
1
100%.
second,
Uh-huh.
can you for 1 second get your head out? Can I say but?
God complex much?
Can I say the A word?
What A word?
You know, ASS.
Asshole?
Yeah, okay, get your head out of your ass, okay? Blast it. On blast. I hate this
Ass
guy.
blasting.
Why do people like
Okay,
Rob
so
Lucci? He's
so
not even
new,
hot enough to quantify the stupid stuff he says, and that's not
God.
okay with me.
So new podcast title episode for this one. Touch grass, incel. How are we feeling about that?
Oh, it's on the list. It's on the list.
It's on the
Okay,
list. Or do we want to save that one for later too?
great.
Thinking ahead.
Also, just like, I love Vivi so much. The fact that she grabs Rob Lucci by his collar is she's so cool. She's so girl boss, and I love her. And she
Yeah.
never stopped being. She never
That's going on the
stopped.
list too.
She never stopped being girl boss. Okay, you guys. She's so cool. It's just, and I love that it's like unanimous, where all of Luffy's friends like can also hang out with each other, and they all hate Luffy's enemies. I love that about them.
Yeah.
I love that about them. They don't even know they have beef. Well, maybe they know a little bit, but they don't
The
know.
only person who exists outside of that is Buggy, and Buggy's just like, yeah. It's just like, hey, you know Luffy, right? He's like, maybe. He's like,
Who wants to know?
have you hung out with Luffy? He's like, sometimes.
It's the, what do they call it? Where it's like the two circles and they overlap a little bit.
Venn diagram?
Yeah, it's a Venn diagram of like all of Luffy's friends can hang, and also all of his friends don't like Luffy's villains, and then in the middle is Buggy.
And Waffle,
Where-
apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
And Foxy,
Waffle.
I guess.
Allegedly.
Foxy,
So, like-
Foxy's okay. Foxy didn't really do much
No.
of anything bad. Foxy was just
No.
like, and
That
I'm
guy's a
also
home
here.
wrecker. That guy's a home wrecker, dude. Get that guy out of here. That guy wrecked multiple homes. Get him out of here.
Foxy
So
the
did
homewrecker.
Wapole. What
But
the
it's-
hell,
yeah,
Molly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buggy. Oh, okay.
Like literally, violently.
I didn't go after Foxy as like an aside of letting Wapole get away with what he's going
Okay,
on. I
all
also
right.
don't like
It
him.
Jeez,
Molly,
Molly.
it sounded a lot like that.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
All right.
I'm just like, we've been talking about Wapole for a minute today, and I just had to go after Foxy because we hadn't talked about him today.
Let's
but
not forget this other asshole.
yeah,
Lest
they're-
we not forget Foxy.
At this point, they are the same person to me, thanks to Stampede, because they had so many bits together that I'm like, yeah, they're just the same guy. Like they're they're both awful, and I don't like them.
Oh God, what if Wapole
Okay.
did the thing where he ate Foxy and they became one being that could both eat things and slow things?
There is a fanfic out there, probably already written about that, but also probably
just
I'm gonna,
makes-
be, I'm gonna be quiet for the next 5 minutes. Hold on.
Okay.
It just
okay.
makes Fawful from the Super
Oh,
Mario
no.
Mario
Oh,
Luigi
no.
Superstar Saga.
They opened the Black Drum Kingdom's first slow food restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell is happening?
Oh, Al,
is
Oh
happening?
man, you caught me in a giggly bitch mood. Oh my God, you're so killer. Hey, let's get serious again.
Yeah, I want to talk about the other.
luck,
So it's
us.
all bad, and
Well-
then we see somebody who we don't like, and then we see somebody who we don't like who has met the Straw Hats and has been affected by the Straw Hats, but has not changed their ways. And then at the other end of the hallway is somebody who has met the Straw Hats and has changed his ways. Like, I'm trying to remember exactly when we meet what's his name? Saint Don Quixote.
So the Straw Hats
Isengard?
the Straw Hats didn't meet him. So
how
in
do
order
we-
to prevent an international incident,
Right. Yeah, this is the Queen.
yes, Don
okay.
Quixote Miosgard was the celestial dragon that landed in the Ryugu kingdom that Otohime
Otohime.
pledged to save.
Yes.
And changed his way for the better. And it's one of those things where one change can affect so much, like one ripple just keeps going out and shows
One
that
act of kindness.
one act of kindness, and that shows that Otohime changed the world, saved her daughter, saved her kingdom just by helping somebody.
Yeah.
And we have another, oddly enough, another member of the Don Quixote family that is like not into being a celestial dragon, like in the most way.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to use my station to actually help somebody instead of this asshole.
It's the lore that I don't know if we'll ever get, but in my head kind of makes sense where like Doflamingo, like that's his this is his strain of
That's like
the
his
Celestial
uncle?
Dragon family. Yeah, it's like this guy must be related to at least like his dad in some way, who chose to leave the Celestial Dragons and like live, normal core on the ground with everybody else.
Yeah, he went full cottage core.
And like this guy 10 years ago. So I'm trying to think like when and how old. Like, so he must have been on Fishman Island around probably after or before after his brother had given up the title and gone. So it's like, it's crazy to think that like that guy made the choice. His brother probably was like, idiot, and then that guy was like later was like, oh I kind of get it now. And I will say, as I just said, met somebody who met the Straw Hats and didn't change his way, and then the other end of it is this guy. It's almost better that like this isn't somebody changed by Luffy, because it's even better because this guy was changed by Otohime, which is like more meaningful for him sticking up for the family. You know what I mean? It's like, I like that.
Yeah,
It's like poetry. It's like they rhyme.
Yeah.
it's like Star Wars.
It's like, yeah, exactly, like a Star War.
Star War.
Well, it's like all of the people that Luffy ends up liking during his adventure pass the vibe check, and then after they've met Luffy, they're all capable of doing their own vibe checks.
Yes.
And so when they're all in the same space, they're like, "Oh, hey, y'all are all passing the vibe check. Hey, what's up?"
It's the
You
vibe
know
check
Luffy?
contagion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Vibe
appreciate
contagion.
that this guy now is like, oh, obviously the system revolves around us. And I understand that's a problem, but use my, like, it's like using his platform basically to do good. Because he's like, listen, like, this guy can't touch you if I'm the one messing with him. You know what I mean? So he's like willing to put up like a clout barrier around the family while they're here to do what they gotta do.
Clout barrier
know.
ability.
Yeah. Yeah. Little did we know this guy had a devil fruit.
Yeah, the
It's a
clout fruit.
Yeah. And that's not even like the craziest thing that happened this chapter.
No, like there's so
No.
many things that happen in this chapter alone, and it ends. Speaking of a Star Wars, the 5 Elder Stars have a meeting with Shanks about
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah, Shanks is just like, hey, we got to talk about. And it's like, can you?
Oh, we ran out of
freaking speak
time.
up?
Oh no.
What?
What?
And that's the end of the episode.
That was the end of the chapter. It
Oh,
was like, I need to talk to you about. Oh, we ran out of time. Oh no.
I
Literally
don't think this
looked
is how
up-
our episodes work.
Like literally looked up to see both my audio was still going, thinking that like Mark got cut off or something. And I was like, what's happening? Is it happening again? Are we having more technical difficulties? No, not like this. Not like this. Yeah, that's silly.
Mark was
I also
making
just,
a casserole. He has to be right back.
I I love that like it's so hard to get
I
into
made a
this
casserole
place,
this week.
and then
Rolled.
Shanks like is like, "Hey man, I was in the neighborhood. Can I talk to you guys really quick?" And there's like, "How'd you get in here, man?" And he's like,
Like, you know what's about to happen, right? And you snuck in here?
"Yeah,
I'm also walking out of here. Oh, yeah, I guess he's right.
can I?" This is not having. I just had like a thought. I had a thought.
it
No, I
about
didn't.
Shanks?
Is it a
no,
theory or a thought?
It's like it's a thought, and then you know what?
Nope.
I'll say it. It's not that hard. You know what? It's not that hard to get in here because they have the warlord meeting here, and then like what's his name from Blackbeard's crew just showed up, and like Shake's just breaking in, and I want to say like Don Flamingo also just broke in at some point. It's not that hard to break
Well,
in
they
here.
brought Doflamingo in though.
Yeah, but also 2 other people now have broken in here.
I mean, their
Allegedly.
security system is a mountain with an elevator. So
Yeah.
it's like
It's very much the like, there's no way people will rob us. We're on the 12th floor, and
we
then
forgot
people
about
got
the fire
really.
escape.
Well, yeah, but it's also people got really into parkouring at some point, and it's like it's like just lock your windows, man. Doesn't matter where you are, just lock your windows. Just lock your windows.
Well, and we have the existing strategy of like a coup de burst, where you just launch the ship in the air. It's some people, I guess, have
To be
figured
fair,
out ways.
only Frankie has figured that out.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dickhead.
You know, like, yeah.
No.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
So,
crazy.
Caden,
And then-
unless you want to bring it up during your episode, do we want to talk about who we think Shanks is talking about?
I mean, we could talk about it there. I think
Okay.
I think it's more fun because
Put
we're
that
like
guy on blast.
Hey,
I mean, there's
I don't
so much
believe in I don't believe in your system. Put this guy on blast, though.
Blast. Thank you, Mark.
you guys are a bunch of idiots. Anyway, can you guys use your influence to kill that one guy? Thanks.
I like it's not even like Shanks asking for anything. Shanks is literally like, "Can I spill the tea in here? I know you guys are busy, but like I want to talk mad crap about somebody." And it's like it's not even like we didn't even hear a yes or no. The chapter just ends, so we have no idea if they're like, "Go off, King!" Like,
Yeah,
oh,
sure.
you got tea? You got what's is it scalding hot? It's like I'm gonna put this guy on blast.
What kind of tea you got? Is it Earl Grey? Is it green tea?
It's
Is
hot.
It's
It's whatever you want, but it's hot.
It's whatever you want, but it's hot.
I do love that the next chapter they're just like, forget about that. Anyway,
Like
sure
the
Hoshi's good
next
now.
time we see them, they're walking down the hall like, "Oh, well, that was a conversation. Oh, wait, now
Ooh.
Cobra wants to talk to us. Who's this guy?"
Yeah.
It's like, no, wait, go back to that last part.
Yeah, here's
What was
Oda,
that
you
last thing that you just said? Can you say it
bass.
again? Okay, thanks. Well, he does it intentionally to
Oh,
mess with
absolutely.
us specifically.
Yeah.
Like us
We're getting-
specifically. There's
Yeah,
other
we're getting-
One
us
Piece
with the
podcasts.
poly joke is bad. This Oda guy, let me tell you.
But,
He admitted it's a joke. He admitted it's a poly joke. There, I win.
Yeah, no, he admitted that Oda admitted that Polly is the sixth emperor. So let's talk about Kid, you brought
But he
up
wasn't joking.
and he wasn't joking. I have to take that question off the quiz too.
That poly.
Hey, Bonnie's here. Speaking of bad so
I hate you.
this is no, but like
so angry.
to completely change the subject again.
To completely distract Caden. Anyway, look
that's
over
right,
here.
because you brought up Bonnie.
I brought up
It was
Bonnie,
you.
I did.
You did this. Hoisted.
That doesn't seem. Yeah.
It doesn't sound
Yeah.
like me.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I'm the problem.
Hey, remember when you
with me.
started this by saying, "Hey, maybe we don't gaslight each other this time"?
Yeah, I didn't
Anyway,
You
Oh,
brought
we
up
didn't say
Polly
that.
anyway.
you.
No, I
Yeah,
will. Referee stepping in here. You did bring up Kane. You did.
I
bring up
did,
Polly.
but it with much chagrin and much like
Yeah.
you guys are jerks about
Remember
it.
this? Remember this time you gaslit me? Yes. Moving on.
Man,
Do we think that Bonnie, like she's introduced? You know, it's kind of a fake out, but she's introduced as Queen
it a fake out?
Dowager of. Well, that's what I'm
the
asking.
Queen
Dowager of Sorbet Kingdom,
Connie.
Connie. And we find out that it's Bonnie.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then
I can't believe it.
but then it's a thing
I
of like,
can.
but wait, is she is she this Queen Dowager of the Sorbet Kingdom, Connie? And also, like, is this a different? Does she have multiple like presentations of herself?
Actually, yeah. Is she actually like we don't know anything about her really. So it's like, is this like is she trying to get away with her title she gave up to get access somewhere, or is this fake? Like,
Yeah.
is she lying to me, or I don't know.
And she has something to do with Kuma.
Yes.
What?
Which we finally got.
Hey, guess what? Theories. Lots of theories.
Yeah.
So many theories.
What is it?
Same. It's
What
also
does it
like
mean?
confirmation for me because way back when with Marineford, when we see Bonnie captured by Blackbeard, the thing that she's saying, I think I brought up in the podcast, where she's saying that like they aren't going to get away with it. How could they do that to him? And I was like, does that mean she's related to Whitebeard? Like, what's going on here? And it's like, I think we're slowly getting like a little bit more clues as to like who she was talking about. But it's like, because Kuma
It's
was
almost
at
like
Marineford.
it's almost like they gave us the answer.
What? All right. I guess we'll talk about that. in the next
I'm
episode.
just gonna leave that there.
And then we meet
Watch the
another-
next episode, everyone. Please.
Well, don't
Yeah,
watch
watch
it.
it.
Please
Watch it,
listen. Please listen.
No, watch it.
Yeah, watch
Because
it.
you can watch them too.
Watch
But-
it.
Like we meet another freaking. Wait, is this guy Don Quixote? Who are you? Who is this man?
What?
I love when Molly does
the
this.
dragon?
The mean guy. Yeah.
Saint Roswald?
Oh.
That's
Well,
Charles's dad.
Charlos is dead. Oh, that guy sucks. These guys suck.
Yeah, because they
It's the
keep
worst
saying,
senior.
he keeps saying my boy, and
My
Charles
boy.
keeps referring as father. So I assume they are father and son.
Papa?
And Roswald has
The Lucky Rabbit?
Roswald has Kuma, the OG Kuma, as
Allegedly.
as one of his slaves.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I
I
don't
don't
like
like
that.
that.
Ken, I also realized something that you said like just a few minutes ago, and
Mhm,
looking at the pages, I went, "Oh, okay, never mind."
Oh,
Yeah.
You're right. They
dude.
did answer the question.
Yeah, I told you.
Dude.
It's almost
Also-
like they set something up and then they didn't fully answer it, but they totally did by doing this exact thing.
Yeah.
Also,
No, you're
this is-
absolutely right.
Thank you.
Also-
I know. I'm
also-
very good at this.
Oops.
Oops.
Also, this is Molly talking.
Molly?
This is me speaking for myself right now.
Okay.
In all the times I've reread One Piece and reread this chapter, I don't know if I ever picked up that they wrote "and former king of Sorbet Kingdom." I don't know
Yeah,
if
that.
I ever saw that. I don't know if I ever saw that.
Yeah, they kind of absolutely say exactly what.
That's crazy.
God, I can't read.
None
None of us can read.
Yeah. See,
Well,
this
it's
is why
not
you guys
that
are
I
just like,
can't
how did
read.
you figure it out? It's like, I read the page.
It's not that I can't read, it's that I just was like, yeah, I know who he is. And I
Mhm.
didn't actually know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, dude. That's
Yeah.
pretty-
It's almost like they tell you what the answer is.
On the multiple choice test?
Yeah, on the there's one
Why did I get
answer.
this
There's one
wrong?
answer. They're just like circle A, and then you draw the letter B, and then you circle that, and Oda goes no.
You know, wouldn't put it past him.
Man, dads, am I right?
Yeah.
See,
Mean.
thank you. I was gonna have a whole thing about it since you guys didn't bring it up. I was gonna be like, "Hey, here's a theory that's confirmed in 3 seconds."
Well, because
Not
then you
even-
said you
But
wanted
alright.
to save it for the next episode, so we're like, all right.
Well, yeah, but like then you fact checked it,
no.
and then I
I
was
was talking
right, and I
about-
can't let I'm right go by.
I was talking about Roswald when I said dads, am I right? That sucks.
Hey,
The lucky rabbit. Alright.
the last thing before we get to Marco, and it's also pretty tense, is now we have a name check of this mystery person,
Vibe check.
Im, or Im, like, oh, it's Im, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's Im.
Do you ever want to
'cause-
like end the podcast
don't
after
know
somebody says
him.
something?
I don't know him. We don't check.
I'm looking at you dead in the eyes. Yes. Yes, I have.
You know what? Respect. All right, respect.
Because like there are times like we've called this reverie, we've called this reveille, we've called it levelly. Like and we now like finally the dub come out and it's reverie and we know
Reverie,
that.
yeah.
But seeing
The rumor come out.
the rumor come out, it im who this pointed man well, hold on.
This fridge guy.
Yeah, this fridge person.
Yeah, this
They are
fridge
not gendered.
person.
This fridge person.
True.
This tiny fridge person.
I'm saying guy parentheses non-gendered.
Yeah.
Like when I say dude, I'll say dude instead. That's a non-gender.
Bruh is another one that you can use. You
Yeah.
can use bruh.
Girl with
That's
a U,
frickin' bruh.
non-gendered. Man,
That's-
when I put some stank on it, non-gendered. Anyway, this thing.
This stank man.
This stank person. I love that he literally schleps around. Like the sound effect that Oda gives in the comic
Schlep.
in this and the previous chapter were schlep. So good. This dude schlepping around Pangea.
You know what this guy is?
Are they-
You know what? No, wait. I have a perfect metaphor for this guy. This guy is literally your parents are having a party at the house and you're like creeping around the house just trying to get a snack without anybody talking to you. It's like full, like you have a blanket over your shoulders, you're just quietly gaming in your room, and it's been 5 hours and you're hungry and you're like, I just don't want anybody to ask me what's going on or if I have a significant other in high school or whatever.
Somebody walking out of the room and the entire house going, look who's finally awake.
Yep.
It's this person.
Yeah.
Well, this stank person has sliced up both Blackbeard and Luffy's wanted posters, has a sword through Shirahoshi's face, and has a picture of Vivi as they're ascending to the throne.
They're like, I like this one. I'll keep this one. This one's just for me. Yeah, this one's just for me.
So the only person, or there are two people that know that this person exists, or two groups of people that know that this person exists. They're one attendant and the 5 elder stars who acknowledge this person as the ruler of the world. And they're asking of them, who do you want to be erased from history? Which is insane.
I'm gonna run in as they're about to
Time
say
for
something.
your
It's like Rob
annual-
Lucci. Like Rob Lucci. They're like, oh, and it's like, it is done. It is done. And I'm like, yeah.
There can only be one that is erased from history forever. Molly
Catboy
screaming.
forgot the story.
You just hear
Yeah.
slams
I
in the
would-
wall.
I just want on that mid tier where all of the new swords are for just to see like another couple of schleps coming in, and it's just a face of Molly off screen saying, "Can it be Rob Lucci, please?"
It's Dragon Ball rules where the guy's like, what is your wish? And it's like, it doesn't matter who
The
activated the
guy,
dragon. It only matters.
Shenron,
Yeah, that guy.
the guy.
Or the buff one,
Yeah, the guy. You know the guy.
the buff Namekian
We're
one.
not talking about Kamek. We're talking about the guy. It's just like, and it's like, it's not like, it doesn't matter who awakens the dragon. It's whoever talks first. And I just run in there and I'm just like, obliterate Rob Lucci.
Oh, so
I've heard those fics before.
Yeah.
so literally like an what was it? An oolong. Molly having an oolong moment.
Yes,
Also,
yes,
with
I got
these-
one. Sorry,
the,
Al.
the schleps I always pictured as like house slippers, like fuzzy house slippers. So
The
adding that up to
flip-flops.
running into the scene in like floppy house shoes.
Of all of the devil fruits I had to eat, it was the slipper no me.
That guy is so comfy. I don't know who this guy is. So comfy.
Super comfy.
He's got a little blankie. I mean, he's going into like a walk-in fridge, so he must be kind of chilly sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why he's
something.
wearing such a big jacket.
Got
Yeah,
that bomb ass
yeah.
AC.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably what it is. Yeah.
I mean, they're also really high, like in the
Yo.
atmosphere,
or also,
and also down.
Wow.
is that a weed? I have a theory about this person, which Mark and Al know, and I want to talk about it in the next installment with
Ooh, we
Kaden.
got a Molly theory.
I know. I'm trying to write them down as I remember them, but
It's a
is there anything else we want to talk
Molly
about before we get to
So I was just before we get to Marco.
Is there anything else we need to talk about? Yeah, we haven't gotten to the longest part of the podcast where Molly
We've
talks
already
about
been going
Marco.
for almost an hour and a half, and we're about to start talking about Marco.
I'm excited.
We know, Molly.
This is a lot. And is this stuff that we're going to further talk about in port predictions, or is there other stuff that we wanted to talk about in terms of everything that has happened?
I think everything that I can say can be saved for port predictions. Molly, go off Queen, comma only about Marco. No swearing.
Sorry.
Don't worry, Mark. I got you.
Mark saying this was a lot. I just immediately I was like, I got ratatouille'd into the meeting of Oda's editor reading these chapters. And being like,
dude, you need to slow down.
This is a lot, man. Like that's the first thing I thought of. That's why I was laughing. I was like, this is so stupid, but it's also probably real. Al, is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, I was waiting for your Marco rant.
Okay,
yeah, I'm waiting for Marco too. When's the Here I go.
Here I go. Man, I don't know. I'm excited to talk about Marco, but also
what do you mean?
Like
you can't be just like can't be like, yeah, I'm ready. I don't know.
Well, I'm happy to see him. I'm happy to see he's alive and he's doing well. But there's something kind of sad about
dead?
I don't. Well, it's been 2 years. We didn't know where he was. But like there's something kind of like I don't know. It makes my heart hurt a little bit. That it's like, what's this guy been up to since his dad died violently in war? Oh, he's just living alone without any of his family on his like where his like dad came from, like where his like this is the island where Whitebeard's from or whatever. And it's just like I'm glad he's living a peaceful life, but it's like, where's all your like you guys don't text? Where's all your little brothers and sisters? And that just it's sad that like you guys can hang out if Whitebeard's not around. Like I know you're the Whitebeard pirates, but like you guys can hang out. Like it's okay.
Well, Molly, what if they all got like in case I died letters from Whitebeard? They're just like, hey, listen, I know you're all siblings and you all care about each other and all that stuff, but I have some errands for you and you all need to split up to do these errands. I mean, who could say no to Whitebeard? You couldn't. Absolutely not.
At the same time, I think these kids were raised well enough by Whitebeard to be like, oh, I know exactly what I have to do. And then they go off and do it.
But it's also just like we know I think Robin did a quick lore dump right before Fishman Island or like around Fishman Island where there was the Revenge War where like the Whitebeard pirates were like, this will not stand and go after Blackbeard after Marineford, and it didn't go well. And so I do assume that some of them died. Like, and I do assume that like some of them did die also in Marineford, but I assumed a couple of them would still be hanging out. Like, I mean, maybe they are doing something else in the 2 years, right? Like, it's like, but I don't know that. And there isn't any indication that they're running errands, but it's like, there's just something, I don't know. And then also, like, Marco seems like he's doing well, and then he starts talking about his dad, and he has to take his glasses off because he's crying a little bit. And he's
we
can
finally talk about those glasses. He wears glasses.
Very much the John Mulaney joke
show that
of
time has passed.
Yes, to show that 2 years have passed, he now has glasses. But
Molly, what do you think of the glasses?
I love it. Oh my god, could not be. I thought this guy couldn't get any hotter. I was wrong. And he's also like properly buttoning up his shirt. He's not full titty now. He's like a little side titty about it.
He also went to the Django school of finding a pair of glasses.
Yeah. But it's also just like, it's super cool that like we saw Marco in action. We understand that he can use hockey. We understand that like his devil fruit is, you know, a rare one. He's a phoenix, whatever. But like we still didn't know like a whole lot about him. And like we find out that he was like, I don't think he was the ship doctor, but like I'm sure that it was like a medical team because Whitebeard was, not doing well. But like we finally find out, like, aside from being like one of the commanders, the first commander, he was also the ship doctor. And it's because like his devil fruit does something, and that's crazy.
Who could have
And I'm also
thought
just like,
that
where was
the
this
Phoenix
during
Devil Fruit does
Marineford?
something?
Where was this during Marineford? You had the ability to heal, and you didn't do any of that in Marineford.
Well, he was dead while he was standing, Molly. Like, you
Well,
can kind of
not just Whitebeard, but there were like, I mean, he also was like cuffed for certain parts of the fight, but it's just like
not just Whitebeard,
but he
Ace.
also says
that too.
my regenerating flames only have a small effect on others. So he probably can't heal like grave injuries.
Yeah, but
Cuts, bruises, stuff like I don't compared to Manshelley, I don't know.
Yeah, it just felt like this is something we probably should have known like
would have been cool to know this before, Marco.
But also,
Yeah.
but think about that. Now that we do know that, that makes it sadder that he felt like he couldn't do anything, or like he knew that there was nothing
Mark.
he could do.
I know,
that's why Molly's upset.
Yeah, I'm sad. I'm happy to see him. I'm happy that he's thriving in a small community and he's helping the community out. And the community's doing well because of Pops, but it's just sad. I don't know. It's bittersweet. I'm happy to see my boy, but I wish he wasn't like kind of just sitting in the soup of being sad a little bit. Like he's finding in this moment, he's working through some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, and that's totally fine and that's healthy, but it's also just like,
that's totally fine and that's healthy, but also like, Marco, we're expecting things from you. Can you do those things?
Yeah, he's going through it and I respect that, but it's also sad that like one of his like longtime friends shows up to kind of witness what he's been up to, and it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, how you doing? Bad. Oh no, I opened up a thing. It's like, yeah, you did.
It's also kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's good for him because now he has a friend, because it's like things are kind of bad for you, but also Mamushi?
Yep.
Yeah, he like lost an arm, so he's also like, bro, same, like hashtag same.
Yeah, I lost an arm. I lost my dad.
Yeah, and just taking
same energy.
Yeah,
similar thoughts there.
Yeah, but God, so happy to. It's been so long since we saw Marco, and it's not even like it's been so long since we've seen Marco. It's been so long since we've actually interacted with him, because we've seen like little like, who's that guy again? Oh, the pineapple guy, like little illustrations or like really scary and off-putting images of like Blackbeard like encasing them all in like blackness for the Grudge War. But like we actually see he's okay, I was worried about him for so long before this chapter, and then he was just quietly tending to his garden or whatever, thinking sad thoughts, listening to Lordy.
It's a way to spend time with a loved one that you lost. This is a community that he cared so much about. This is his home, and you feel like that person could still be there in every person being in a good state. It's a very lovely thought.
Yeah.
And he's like processing his grief in the only way he knows how.
Yeah. It's just like there wasn't really anything else Marco could like the things that like Whitebeard left behind as he died. There wasn't like, in terms of physical things, there wasn't a lot of like physical things that they could take care of. But it's like here Marco's saying that like Pops would always make somebody else pay for the tab. Like he
was
never
really
had any
funny.
Money. He never had any money on him. But like they find out that it's because he sent all of the money to this community, this island that was, like once like a garbage, because it was just like treated unwell by like the celestial dragons and like the government and everything like that. And he was the change in his community that you could be today. Like he said all whatever treasure that he specifically got, like his share of it always went towards this island. And yeah, and it's So again, it's like there's not like a lot of physical things left over from Pops, but like it's like because like the Moby Dick like also sunk like during the Marineford, but it's like this island is something that Pops cherished, and like Marco's willing to help and protect this community in this island for as long as he can. And
Yeah.
also we find out that freaking Shanks like buried Whitebeard and Ace not that far away from this island, so he can go and visit Pops whenever he wants, and that's really nice. That's really nice. Okay.
There were two other world dumps that we got in this section of we find out that there's a kid named Weevil who is claiming to be the actual son of Whitebeard
Yeah.
with like a stage mom next to him.
Weevil Underwood.
Fucking
This guy.
And since you had mentioned it, the beginning of this arc with Peachbeard and the Revolutionaries is they were laying siege to an island that was trying to get the payment ready for the like celestial offering, or the heavenly tribute. That's what it's called. And they were still getting like absolutely annihilated, and it took four captains of the Revolutionary Army. And in this situation, for an island that doesn't take part at all because they're too poor, Marco is the one defending them and keeping them at peace from an incursion like that, and seeing the effect of you might be paying the heavenly tribute, but that doesn't mean that you have any protection. Yet here's an island that isn't doing that and is under the protection of people that care about the community.
Yeah.
And I think that's an interesting first note and last note before this mini arc concludes.
Yeah. It's also I love that Nekomamushi is just like, oh yeah, I heard about that guy. Is that true? And Marco being like, listen, man, I can't comment about Dad and the women he was with, but like, I don't know. I guess it could be possible. It doesn't really matter though, because like there isn't anything. There's no money. There was no money in his will. Like it's like, and I don't think he's gonna like take that as a no. I don't think he's gonna take no as an answer. You know what I mean?
But just looking the slack jaw open mouth of this kid, maybe a kid, maybe not, he's absolutely huge, but just being like, yeah, I don't know how much is up there, and that he's got a tiny head and a tiny brain, and maybe just like I think this is a whatever you say mom situation.
Yeah, it's also I don't know.
Okay, boss.
Okay, boss.
I love that it's like, because Whitebeard was so like blood doesn't matter. Like if you're on my ship, you're my kid. Like we're a family. We're a family. And Nekomamushi also takes a moment because like I mean Marco just stated like a small list of things he wants to protect that were Pops's, and then Nekomamushi's like, oh well, sounds like you got another memento to protect, and like makes a joke out of it. And he's like, well, they're not acting like, it's like they might be Pops's kid, but he's not acting like it. You know what I mean? So it's like
maybe a kid, but not a son.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it doesn't matter if you are related to Pops by blood. Like you're not upholding his ideals, and it shows. You're
what a faux pas.
You are basic.
Does anybody else have anything to say about Marco, or is it just Molly?
Payne, you said you were talking about Marco.
Okay. I like his update. I like his glasses. I think they're great.
Thank you.
I actually do like seeing Marco here, because we really didn't get a good sense of the Whitebeard pirates. As much as Molly talks about them, we didn't really get a lot from them. I'll be real. We didn't get a lot from them. So it's nice to have some more connection to the eras gone by, to answer some questions for stuff that we really don't know, or even just give personal context to some of the stuff that happened. Because as much as Ace was around, Ace didn't say anything and gave us nothing. Ace just came around, served, and left. And
we love that for him.
And then died. It's nice to have these moments where like we're getting a bit more context about the Whitebeard pirates, what they were doing, why they were doing it, knowing more about Whitebeard. And so it's cool to have this connection. And Marco's a good choice, mostly because Molly will gush about it, and I'm sure that there's other reasons that Marco's a good choice. I can't think of anything other than for Molly.
Can I just say really fast, because you brought up we met Ace, and like, but Ace didn't really give us anything. I also want to say the implication that we have of Whitebeard is Ace forcing upon what he wanted for Whitebeard. He's like, listen, Luffy, Whitebeard's gonna be king of the pirates. I don't know what to tell you. And then we find out later that like Whitebeard's like, I mean, yeah, that's what Ace wants me to do. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It's like, so our first, it's like, all we know is that Whitebeard is an emperor, and and Ace wants to make him king of the pirates. And
Ace wants to dunk on his little brother.
cut to Whitebeard just eating a sandwich somewhere, having no ideals whatsoever, enjoying retirement.
Yeah, enjoying retirement is what we're going to call it.
Yes.
Ace is also enjoying retirement. But again, it's nice to have. Yeah, you're welcome.
Life.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say they retired to a farm where they can enjoy the rest of their time together. Yeah, a farm upstate, really easy.
With Stefan.
Yeah.
Everybody remember who Stefan is?
Jack Stefan?
It's the dog. It's Whitebeard's dog.
Oh, that's right, Stefan.
From
Okay.
the SPSs.
Taking that off the list.
I think
Say
we
it
already
for
did a
Marcus.
question.
Did we?
I think so.
It's been
I
years.
got it. Yeah.
It's been years. I don't know about that. But yeah, it's nice to actually get some more context for it. And I hope that they do more of it, because we're still missing answers to questions and the beginning and ends of some questions. So we have like half statements where there's a question mark in there somewhere. You just don't know where it is. And these little moments are giving us more of a picture of the world. So, yeah, thanks for coming back, Marco. We really appreciate your participating in the plot here.
I do want to say this chapter came out not that long ago. I was at my last apartment when I read this chapter, and I very distinctly remember screaming out loud when I realized, like, when Marco showed up, and I would be like, "Hey, sorry," to my roommate, and be like, "Hey, man, it's all good. Sorry, my favorite guy just showed back up. I'm okay. I'm sorry I yelled."
It's so on brand.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but my favorite is here, so go away.
The best thing that happened out of this chapter is that they made a freaking a thirsty statue of this version of Marco, and I own it.
Why is it thirsty though?
I mean,
Because he's
Is the statue
dehydrated.
Thirsty,
Is it tits
or are
out?
you thirsty?
oh baby, I will send you a photo of it, and then you can tell me if you think it's thirsty or not. There you go.
And with
Find
that,
out on Port Predictions whether we think this picture, this statue is thirsty or not, and more.
Before we, sorry, no. This is just real quick.
Can
Before
hear
we,
Mark trying to end an episode.
I know. But there's also, as much as I love talking about Marco, Wayno. Like, wait, we see a little bit of what the crew's up to.
And with that,
Okay.
because that is technically the beginning of Wano.
Okay.
This wonderful scene of Nekomamushi and Marco talking about, hey, I got something to say to Luffy, as we pan out and land in ba-bang, Act 1 of Wano. We're going to leave it there for the next time. And hey, so, hold on. Let me.
Hi.
Can excuse me for a second? Let me just look over at the spoiler chart really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Can you believe that we're on Wano already? Isn't this is insane, right?
You did it. You did it.
I can't believe it. All right. Anyway, sorry. But thank you so much for listening. Before we go, we're going to put each other over. Let you know where you can find us across the social medias. Let's start with Caden.
Hi, you can find me on everything. Caden Jensen, KDINJENZEN. Mostly on Twitch and Tumblr, but you'll see me around. Yeah, I stream on Twitch a lot. VTuber. I'm a werewolf. Anyway.
How about you, Al?
You can find me basically everywhere at Alan McClellan Jr. That's ALMCCLELLANDJR. Good luck.
You can find me everywhere at Mark B. Donica on the social medias. I'm on a bunch of places. I also stream. And how about you, Captain? She's looking at the statue again.
Stop. I am looking up images. I need confirmation from you guys.
Well, okay, but can we end the show?
I know, I am. You can find me on Twitter, TEHFLOOD. But really, you can find me. I mean, really, like I live there. You can find me on Tumblr at Molly Flood, Molly K Flood, depending on if you're looking for memes or art. And we have a Yayo Talk Show Tumblr. So come and watch me. You could watch me sporadically update it as we. You could, yeah.
If you want to share this energy with your friends, share the podcast. If your friends aren't currently watching One Piece or haven't watched One Piece and just want to hang out with 4 friends who like playing video games, make sure you follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Yayo Talk Show. We do stream video versions of the show, but we mostly stream games. But going along with how most arcs and sagas have ended, now that you've listened to the episode, you've joined our crew. With that comes the responsibility of telling your friends, leaving a comment, following us all over social media at Yayo Talk Show, and letting Caden watch the show in one piece. So come aboard, and we'll see you next time on Yayo Talk Show.
Talking about One Piece.